In this video, I'd like to talk with you about the 3 things that you can do right now to put yourself on the path to living the life of your dreams. First things first, you want to get very clear about what this life is going to be like. You want to commit to a vision. Now, you're going to notice it's important that you focus on how this life feels more than how it necessarily looks. Now, how do you get clear about what this life feels like? Meditation. By going into a very still and quiet place, you can allow yourself to quiet your mind and tap into this intuitive knowing, this connection that you have with your higher self. And in doing so, you can call in a better understanding to get clear on what it is that your future life, this life of your dreams, what does it feel like? Most importantly, how do you envision yourself feeling? Do you feel yourself living in abundance? Do you feel yourself happy and joyful? That's the first step. What does that life feel like? Get clear about that. And by doing this, you might find that you arrive at this dream life much sooner than you think. 2, you want to look at your relationship with your mind. So your mind is your tool. We live in a world where it's very easy for people to very often over-identify with their mind, to the point where they confuse their own identity with the voice inside their head. And what I'm saying to you, or I'm suggesting rather, is that you look at your relationship with your mind. What is your mind saying to you? Do you listen to your mind? Right? So if your mind is telling you things that especially are not good for you or not favorable, maybe it's repeating notions that you might have learned as a child. Maybe it's reprimanding you as perhaps a parent would reprimand you because of patterning that you underwent in your own development. Look at that. Look at your mind. And what I mean beyond just looking at what your mind is saying to you, I'm talking about the relationship you have with your mind. Do you feel like your mind is controlling you? Do you feel over-identified with your mind? Or, better yet, do you feel like your mind is your tool? It's the saying goes that the mind makes a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. So as a servant, right, you want to be able to have a relationship with your egoic mind where you're able to work with it. You're able to employ and use it for the betterment of the outcome of the dream that you're envisioning. You can get there. You can use your mind to help you attain that dream life as long as you have a good relationship with the mind. And that means being able to employ it in strategic ways, being able to use your mind to help you to think through things in a creative way, which is a superpower of many humans, right? To be human is to be a creator. And to be creative is to learn how to use those skills that are already within you. And the mind is a wonderful tool. It's something that you can use. And that's how you want to know to listen to your mind, when you can employ it, when you can basically send out tasks for your mind to complete, and it will help you. That's what you want. By identifying with a higher self or a more still, present self, the awareness behind the mind, then you're able to use the mind to help you strategically and creatively construct a life that is in alignment with the first step, that life that you feel into, what that life feels like for you. Then you can use the mind to help you get there. And then finally, step 3, gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force in your life. And you can use gratitude as a kind of fuel to just drive your life in the direction of the dream. That one, you've already felt into in step 1. You know what it feels like now. You understand that it feels joyful, it feels happy, you feel abundant. And then 2, you're already using your mind to strategically coordinate and creatively plan what it is, what are the steps that you can take to move towards that life. And then with step 3, with gratitude, that's where the fuel comes in, the passion comes in. You're grateful for the joy and the happiness that you already have in your life. And because of step 2 and knowing how to employ the use of your mind and no longer letting your mind use you, you can now use the fuel of gratitude to drive forward the vision of your mind that it's constructed strategically and creatively towards the ultimate feeling that has been laid out in step 1. You bring these things together, these 3 steps, and now you've created a roadmap, a plan, and you want to write down that plan because it's easy to have an idea in your mind, but it isn't until you write it down that you can get really clear. And that dream is no longer a dream, it becomes a goal. It becomes something you can actually work towards. And finally, a final note on all of this. The reason I tell you these 3 steps to living the life of your dreams now is because the life of your dreams is much closer than you think. It's right there. I'm going to tell you an old Egyptian adage, proverb, and it goes something like this. At the point of death, the soul, after it's moved on from this body, you are asked, right? Your soul is asked 2 questions, and it's your answer to these 2 questions that determine what happens with your soul next, whether you go back and you recycle and reincarnate, or you move to the next level. And those 2 questions are 1, have you experienced joy in your life, right? Have you managed to live that life of your dreams and live that life in that state of joy and abundance and happiness? And then 2, has that life that you've lived brought joy to others, or meaning, or some kind of positive, valuable quality? And how you answer these 2 questions determines whether or not you move on. So if you can answer yes to both of those questions, then it can be said that you're already living in heaven. So with that, I leave you. I want you to live the life of your dreams. You deserve it. We all do, because we're in this together. There is a collective awakening happening right now, and you deserve to live that life. You can. It's up to you. I've already laid out the steps for you. If you have questions about this, thoughts, I would love to hear them in the comment section below. Talk with me. I would love to have a conversation with you, because the truth is, this is doable. You don't have to wait to live the life of your dreams. You can do it now. And with that, I'll leave you. Peace, love, and namaste.